Search for treasure. There comes a time in every rightly constructed boy's life when he has a burning desire to go somewhere and dig for hidden treasure. This desire suddenly came upon Tom one day. He failed to find Joe Harper, and Ben Rogers had gone fishing. But he stumbled upon Huck Finn, the red-handed. Tom took him aside and revealed the matter to him privately.
"Where shall we dig?"
asked Huck.
"Oh, almost anywhere." "Why, is it hidden all around?" "No, of course it's not. It's hidden in very special places, Huck. It's sometimes on island, sometimes in rotten chests under the end of a limb of an old dead tree, just where the shadow falls at midnight, but mostly under the floor in haunted houses." "Who hides it?" "Why, robbers, of course. Who do you think? Teachers?" "Don't they come back for it?" "No, they think they will, but they generally forget the marks, or else they die. Anyway, it lies there a long time and gets rusty. Then somebody finds an old yellow paper that tells one how to find the marks. A paper that has to be studied for about a week because it's mostly science." "Have you got one of those papers, Tom?" "No." "Well then, how are you going to find out the marks?" "I don't want any marks. They always
bury
it under a haunted house, or on an island, or under a dead tree with one limb sticking out. There are lots of trees with dead limbs sticking out, hundreds of them." "Is it under all of them?" "How you talk! No." "Tom, it will take all summer." "It doesn't matter. Suppose you found a pot full of gold and dollars in it, or a rotten chest full of diamonds. Would you like that?"
Huck's eyes glowed.
"That's fine, Tom. Fine enough for me. Just give me the $100, and I won't want my diamonds." "All right, but I won't turn my nose up at
diamonds.
Some of them are worth $20 each. There aren't any worth less than $1. Haven't you ever seen one, Huck?" "I don't think so." "Oh, kings have bags of them." "Well, I don't know any kings, Tom." "I know you don't, but if you went to Europe, you'd see heaps of them." "Are they in heaps?" "In heaps? No." "Well, why did you say they were?" "I only meant that you'd see a lot of them, not in heaps, of course." "Why should they want to be in heaps?" "All right, but where are you going to dig first?" "Suppose we try that old dead limb tree on the hill the other side of Stillhouse Stream?" "All right."
So they got a rusty pick and a spade and set out on their 3-mile walk. They arrived hot and breathless and threw themselves down in the shade to rest. Then they worked and sweated for half an hour. There was no result. They labored another half hour. There was still no result.
"Do they always
bury
it as deep as this?"
asked Huck.
"Sometimes, not always. Not generally. I think we haven't got the right place."
So they chose a new spot and began again. The labor dragged a little, but still they made progress. Finally, Huck leaned on his spade, wiped the sweat from his forehead with his sleeve, and said,
"We must be in the wrong place again. What do you think?" "It's very funny, Huck. I don't understand it." "Oh, I know what the matter is. What fools we are. We must find out where the shadow of the limb falls at midnight. And that's where you dig." "Then, hang it all, we have done all this work for nothing. Now we have got to come back at night. It's a very long way. Well, I'll come round and meow tonight."
The boys were there that night about the appointed time. They sat in the shadow waiting. It was a lonely place, and the boys talked little. Presently they judged that midnight had come. They marked where the shadow fell, and began to dig hopefully. The hole deepened and deepened, but every time their hearts jumped when they heard the pick strike upon something. They only suffered a new disappointment. It was only a stone or a root.
"It's no use, Huck,"
said Tom at last.
"we are wrong again." "But we can't be wrong. We marked the shadow exactly." "I know, but there's another thing. We only guessed the time. Perhaps it was too late or too early."
Huck dropped his spade.
"That's it,"
He said,
"we can never tell the right time, and besides, this kind of thing is too awful. I feel as if there is something horrible behind me all the time, and I'm afraid to turn round because there are others in front waiting to jump at me. I felt queer all over every minute here." "Well, I felt the same, Huck. Let's try somewhere else." "What will it be?"
Tom considered for a moment and then said, "The haunted house. That's it."
"It don't like haunted houses, Tom. Why, they are far worse than dead people. Dead people may talk, but they don't come sliding round in a sheet when you are not noticing and peep over your shoulder all of a sudden and grind their teeth the way a ghost does. I couldn't bear such a thing as that, Tom. Nobody could." "Yes, but Huck, ghosts only travel about at night. They won't hinder us from digging there in the daytime. So what's the use of being afraid?" "Well, all right. We'll try the haunted house, if you say so. But I think it's taking a risk."
They had started to go down the hill by this time. There, in the middle of the moonlit valley, stood the haunted house, utterly lonely, its fences gone long ago, weeds hiding the doorstep, the chimney in ruins, the window frames without a glass, a corner of the roof fallen in. The boys went far to the right to keep as far as possible from such an evil-looking place.